My Hero Academia episode 16/129 is here, and we're going to talk about it. It's titled Hellish Todoroki Family Part 2. Makes me feel like we're going to talk about the Todoroki family a lot in this episode, so I'm looking forward to it. Let's jump into the normal reaction and then the discussion. Welcome to NonStopAntonio, where I talk about everything nerdy. I love Marvel, DC, and anime, and if you do too, I hope you enjoy this video. See, what is Bakugo's reaction going to be to seeing Deku laying down on the bed with All Might sitting next to him? And Todoroki, well, Todoroki is burned. Well, that's okay, he's been burned before. Oh, we got young Hawks here, looking over the city. I'm assuming, oh, okay, this is the one where All Might saved all those people. This is the same one that Deku was watching while he was a kid as well. All Might, an inspiration to every young hero that wants to be one. Oh, he was, oh, that's an elephant dude. Dude, that elephant villain got blasted. He's huge. He's huge. Aw, Hawks came from, like, a very bad household. That's upsetting. So Hawks wasn't allowed to leave the house whatsoever as a kid. Because of his wings? But Jesus, he came from nothing. Absolutely nothing. Apparently my father killed someone over the... Yeah, okay. Yeah, his father's not a good man. So they were in hiding, and they weren't happy that his son went out, because obviously I could be able to find them because of the same similar wings style. Jesus! Jesus! Yeah, horrible father. And then in the end, Hawks killed someone. He didn't want to be like his parents. And he still in the end killed someone for the greater good. Endeavor caught Hawks' father. Ooh. I don't understand okay. So if she was scared that they're gonna, arrest her for hiding in or aiding and abetting a criminal, how can they prove that though? Because he got caught. She could just go back to living her life, and the guy's caught. Are they gonna really be looking for her anymore? Probably not. So the government stepped in to make him a hero as a kid. Of course they did. So she pretty much gave up her son to start a new life in the end. To the government, of course. To become a special hero. Well, it's because his wings and stuff, like, can go and attack and get sent off. They can also send him messages, and he can hear through them. So he's like the perfect spy. In a sense. Hawks did not he did not deserve to get forced into being a hero right off the bat. Sure. Best genius is just driving the Batmobile. So both of them are pretty much almost dead. So Hawks did kill Best Genius, but then they put him in one of the tanks. And then he secretly saved him. Well. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. The Glutton God. Bro's just causing chaos and eating food. I will take over the shopping district. What the hell? Dude, these are like the most pettiest ass freaking villains. Dude, he catches him with his Batmobile. That was easy. Oh, look, so the heroes are just giving up and leaving the public to deal with it themselves. Wow. That is so messed up. Imagine being a hero and giving up hope and then just leaving. Like, who's gonna protect the citizens? These villains don't give a shit if there's no heroes there. They're still gonna attack and cause absolute mayhem. So, I mean, like, sometimes in, like, superhero worlds, if you don't have villains, if you don't have heroes, the villains won't come around because, they usually want to fight villains. But here you don't have that. Villains don't give a crap. They'll go and wreak carnage whenever the hell they want. That was probably how Dobby knew his real name. He probably went in there and that's how he found it all out. Yeah. Yep. The flashback to prove I was right. So Dobby hired someone. I thought Dobby would have just did it himself. But I guess he was probably watching him the entire time, so it makes more sense. He's just a kid, of course. Like, he's gonna pick wanting to be a hero because he looked up to heroes. So he abandoned his mom. Which it's kind of a sad story. But I get why a kid would do that when he lived such a crummy life. Ah, so that's how we got the Endeavor toy. All Might's too expensive, so you get the Endeavor one? Oh my god. Even in toys, Endeavor gets second place. Hawk still wants to be a hero. He knew Twice was a good guy and wanted to do good things, but it's time for him. He wants to step back up and be that hero. I go, he's like, even if Dobby says what's right, you know, things have changed. It's been so long. There's a good chance that the Todorokis aren't the same as they once were. So the villains escaping heroes were pretty, I mean, the villains escaping the prisons were like the last straw. Like, that's where they lost their hope. Give me food and money to start. Wow. What a great villain. We're gonna come in this restaurant and we're gonna steal all your food. Cider House. What a great name. Hey, the civilians are stepping up. We don't need heroes. We can defend ourselves. Bro, hero wash. I still can't believe that's a hero. Why is he a washing machine? Oh, shit. They all got... I mean, they got beaten, but also the villains got beaten as well. It's just utter chaos. It's gonna be death because they got no proper training. Jesus. Everyone's like, what if there's one hero? If they don't have super speed, how are they gonna get everywhere? Disinfect injuries. What? What a weird power. Number 9. He's in top 10. He has announced retirement. Jesus. All the heroes are giving up hope and don't want to start fighting. That's not good. So are they just going to let the whole freaking world fall into chaos? Like, you're not going to do anything? You're going to let your own freaking city turn to shit? Yeah, I understand losing hope, but you got to keep fighting. I am not here. Yeah, because All Might could easily die the next time he goes out and fights. He can't really fight. He'll die. The hero killer Stain is back. I kind of wonder if Stain will hunt down some villains too now, because obviously, you know, he only thinks that true heroes should survive. And with all the shit going down, I feel like he's going to be picking and choosing who's a true hero and who's not. I mean, if some are retiring, he probably won't give a shit about them. Only the ones that are still going. Barely. Don't know how you survive some of that. Nah, Toya knew I would survive that fight. Even if just barely. The hero Endeavor has died in the eyes of the people. He did not fight his own son, but you have to. Oh, Shoto went to go see him. And the rest of his family. And they shut the door. Oh, God. Toya coming back is gonna be the connection the whole family needs to get back together. The episode is called The Hellish Todoroki Family Part 2. And they didn't get to the actual Todoroki part of the episode until the last like 10 seconds of the episode. What the hell? Okay, well, let's see what happens at the end now. See what the next episode's gonna be. Because I'm sure the next episode will actually be dealing with that conversation, which I'm actually surprised this episode didn't deal with it. Yeah, the Todoroki family gathered in a different hospital room to talk to one another. And we'll get to find out more about Toya's past, which is going to be interesting. And how everyone felt about the situation, him dying, and how his whole family was. How the Todoroki's family broke apart. The wrong way to put out a fire. Okay, cool. So this is pretty much a setup to show more about the Todoroki family. Interesting. Okay, well, let's talk about it. So surprisingly, not a lot actually happened that episode. I thought there was going to be a lot more, I don't know, climactic shit. We kind of are in that stage where we're in the process of all the villains escaping, everything going to absolute shit with the heroes leaving, people retiring, people losing hope in their heroes, and people just trying to take the villains on their own and then getting killed because obviously they don't have the training to really take on these powerful villains. It does look like, they took out the villains in that shop, but they didn't really, in the end, they all got their asses kicked. And I feel like with the support items, someone's definitely selling support items on the black market in a sense, and yeah, that's how they're getting them. But it's kind of wild what's going on, because you realize in this episode, we saw a little bit of Hawk's past, we're slowly getting more Todoroki family's past, and we get to see the aftermath of the prison escape. Which is just primarily showing that everyone's losing hope. the villains are kind of out of control, and realistically, it's just everything's going to complete mayhem. Like, what are you gonna do, honestly? Like, if you're a villain, why are you attacking the city? If no one's gonna come fight you, like, what's the point? You're just gonna rob them? You're gonna let it go into utter chaos? Just crazy bastards? I guess that's the whole point anyways. And with all the heroes retiring because, you know, people are losing hope in them and everything, it's like, and then they get mad at the heroes because the heroes aren't helping them, but they don't want the heroes around anymore. So it's like, pick and choose, guys. Pick and choose. What do you want? What are you gonna do when you have a shit ton of villains trying to kill you? You're gonna want a hero there, but if a hero's not there, then you're gonna bitch and complain. Interesting episode. Really a lot didn't happen. It was cool to find out that Hawks came from a very, very dark path. With his father was a murderer. He lived in absolute scumminess, and the only reason he became who he was is because the government took him in because they saw the potential in his hero-ness. Which is true. His powers are pretty cool and they're pretty powerful. And again, I like how he reiterates that Twice was a good guy. He wasn't that bad. He just wanted to help people. Well, his own people. But he wasn't bad. He wasn't inherently evil, which I like seeing. Because Twice wasn't that evil, and it's good to see that Hawks is mentioning it. It also shows that he has some regret for having to kill him. I'm surprised we didn't get more about Todoroki's family, and I am looking forward to finding out more next episode and finding out more about Toya and also young Shoto. Looking forward to seeing more insane stuff too, because I feel like as soon as Deku's out of the hospital, we know shit's gonna go down. What did you think of this week's episode of My Hero Academia? Let me know down in the comments. And if you like my anime reactions, check out the description down below because I'll put out some of my new versions where I got Cowboy Bebop and Black Clover coming out next week. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all later.